Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're going to be watching Ban Cho versus Death and Delay from Division B East. Oh, sorry, C East.
C-East,
Yep.
yeah.
And I've also got Vivanchi here co-casting with me.
Hey there.
Hey. So we are already into game number 1. We're going to Towers of Doom. So let me just show you guys. Ban Cho was seed number 3, so they were higher than Death and Delay, which is seed number 6. So they got to choose, and they picked first pick. So now we're going to Towers of Doom, chosen by Death and Delay.
Which I love Towers of Doom D. It's one of my favorite maps.
It's one of mine too, mostly because of the comeback potential. I really like it. But what's your reason?
I like it because when you keep a lead, it's really easy to keep a lead. So it's kind of the opposite of what you said.
That's weird. I've seen so many comebacks on this map though.
Yeah, it happens, but it's really hard to make a comeback if you play a certain way. And the way that you do it is that you double soak mid and top, which is usually the meta, and then you just run it down bot, keep the bot to keep, and just defend it while you're double soaking. And force in mercenaries.
Alright, for our first bans, we got Greymane and Kel'Thuzad from Ban Cho, and we got Johanna Li Ming from Death and Delay. And our first pick was ETC, and it looks like Death and Delay went with Leoric Rhaegar. That's a strange Leoric early pick, generally. I mean, I wonder if they're just worried that he'll be taken.
I think that what they're trying to do is the double soak strategy, which I was mentioning. With Leoric, you have that double soaking potential at level 4, as well as Rhaegar provides a huge amount of push and force potential down bot. So they're countering with Zool in order to offset that double soaking potential. So it looks like we are going to have a double soaking competition mid and top with a 4-man A-ramp bot.
Right. That is a fairly common strategy in most of the divisions I've seen so far. But it can backfire. I watched a game with Counterpick Stupid, who tried this strategy, but the other team were wise to it. So instead, they just pushed top and mid really hard and gave bottom, and they somehow ended up winning. It was very strange.
Another way that you can win against that type of meta is that you could just try to gank the soul laner and offset that soak advantage in terms of your double soaker or your laner. In that way, you can make sure that they lose out 2 lanes of experience or have to split, making them choose between bot keep and their lanes.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we get a Mal'Ganis ban and an Anduin ban here. And of course, on the left-hand side, we do see a Kel'Thas. Response is a Raynor. Are we going to see a tank? Nope, Tassadar.
So what tank do you think that we are going to see on terms of Death and Delay?
Well, Mal'Ganis, Johanna, etc. are all taken, so I'm guessing perhaps a Garrosh or a Muradin. I think a Muradin might go well, especially with the Tassadar walls. You know, get that stun, put the wall down. They can't escape.
But wouldn't you think a Garrosh would be also really good because he has that taunt at level 10 where he could just dive in, and then Tassadar could just eat them all up with a Q. True. Or even force all of them for their escape from the throw.
Oh, we're both wrong. It's a
But it looks like it's a Nubarak, which is also a good pick here with Tassadar, because he just allows for AoE stuns, which in a line, and that's kind of Tassadar saying hello. Do you think this is going to be a Bloodlust comp?
Absolutely. What do you think?
It definitely looks like it.
Yeah.
They're going to try to go the Archon, I believe, and Raynor, and try to use that attack speed with the ults that they have.
Yeah, but you know, I do still like Ban Cho's comp a lot. Like, I think the Sylvanas and KT combo has like a lot of great potential there. CC, Silence, you know, I think it's... And Zool is still a bit OP, so This is looking good for both teams, actually. Which draft do you like more?
So in the double soaking lane, I prefer Zool over Leoric, honestly, as it provides more split push, and I don't believe Neil Peasants works against it, but against his minions, but I could be wrong. However, with their Lucio pick, I'm worried that they don't have enough single target healing. If the Death and Delay team try to CC one target and blow them up, I believe that they can win.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me
The
introduce Ban Cho here, and you can introduce Death and Delay. On the left-hand side, we've got Ronin on the Zool. We've got Skev on the ETC. We've got Bluestein on Lucio. We've got Shisui on the Sylvanas, and Kanal on KT.
Alright, and on Death and Delay, the right side, the red team, we have Dauntress on Leoric, MZ17 on Rhaegar, Delta Sniper on Tastar, Shui on Anubarak, and Mech Dad Yo on. So, what I like about KT is that he provides a lot of poke damage here, which you're probably going to be seeing in this 4-man here.
I am looking forward to seeing what they do with the fog, because so far I feel like most teams do not take advantage of the fog at all.
We tried to, but it didn't really work for my team.
Okay.
But it can lead to some interesting types of strategies.
In the bottom
Right
lane,
now
we've got a 4v3 going on here. With Daddy-O
Oh, oh.
doing a lot of damage. Oh no!
Right away, the power slide goes out and a blow up on one target from Ban Cho to death and delay.
First blood.
It's really good to get early game advantage on this map. But the thing is, you have to keep that advantage going forward. It looks like both teams are getting the camp right away. A little bit later than usual, but they still get it at the same time, so nothing is really bad for either team.
And it looks like on the double soaking front, Zool is doing a pretty great job here, as well as Leoric, killing those waves. I think Zool's pushing a little harder. Of course, he's got those skeletons, you know, pushing with the wave. One more target for those towers to kill.
However, with the level 4, he finally got Neil Peasants, which is when or can start double soak. I'm surprised that his team, however, didn't go up and help him pre-level 4.
Oh no! Lots of damage going into that Anubarak and the spreading of the bomb. Now Rhaegar is pretty low as well. Anubarak is dead. And Skev does have to back out a bit. He's low on health and mana, but he takes a sip. And he's ready to go again. With the Sylvanas
And it looks like this is a...
Go ahead.
It looks like that was a near kill on Rhaegar, which allows the Ban Cho team to really push up a little bit further. Sylvanas almost falls, but completely fine. Ready for the next.
Both teams are trading the top shrines here, or whatever they're called. But yeah, they're fighting over that bottom one, but it's currently a 4v3. Tacit are just coming in. Bombs on that Rainer.
It looks like they're going to try to stall this out a little bit, but it looks like the soul laning is just about even right here. They're just soaking. Sylvanas almost falls, which is a really good thing because Lucio can't really heal up that single target damage, which is what I was worried about with Ban Cho's comp. So now it turned into a 4v.
Blue team is about to hit level 7 though, quite a bit before the red team, so I wonder if they're going to take advantage of that in any way. But no, Lucio dies before Sylvanas can get back.
Exactly. They tried to push out the advantage from the Sylvanas retreat, and now that they have no healer, the altar goes on to death and delay because Ban Cho has a lack of delaying the objective. I guess if you have delay in your name, you're probably better at delaying it than the other team.
Alright, Alright, looks like the camps are back up, but the red team is considering an invade here. ETC is trying to stop them. But Leoric is coming to the aid of his team. Zul is also making it, but pretty late. And yeah,
An expertly placed force wall allows for the kill of ETC, which then the rest of the team has to back out and clear the sappers. That was a good invade on Death and Delay.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job there. And now they can grab their own siege camp in peace. Nubrak's still soaking bottom lane while his team is doing the camp. Somehow Ban Cho's still ahead on XP, like by half a level or so. So I'm wondering if they're trying to get to level 10 and then we'll see a good fight.
Because they just chose the orc so early, that's what I'm concerned about. They picked Zul, who is still open, who's probably the better Devil Soaker, especially since he has 2,000 extra experience here over Leoric, which I think might be the cause of their experience gap. Sure, but, oh, it looks like a team fight is progressing, and Death and Delay is really pushing up on that wall right there.
Yeah, and they have successfully taken one of those, that top tower there for the bottom fort, or bottom keep, whereas Ban Cho has not managed to do much damage. The Ultra is in the bottom lane. ETC looking to slide in, but he gets stopped by a Nubrak, stunned. Up comes the Mosh. Perfect Mosh
and it
on
looks
that
like
Nubrak.
a full duration Mosh.
Yeah, it was not interrupted. I mean, their interrupt really is Nubrak. And he was moshed.
And that was all the ults come out on Ban Cho, and it looks like that just played in their favor, whereas the Death and Delay team couldn't really do anything because their ults just came up before they could react.
Yes, and which means the next team fight, you know, if it happens within the next minute or so, it's going to have like a lot of ults coming out of Death and Delay and nothing from Ban Cho. So we'll see how that goes. Whether they take advantage of that and push for a fight. The fog is back up. Getting some stealth here, Nubrak and KT.
It's really... I think that having stealth on the left team is going to be more important than having stealth on the right team. Mostly because... actually, no. I think having stealth on the right team is probably better. Because look at all of those. Their target abilities, except for ETC's Q, W, and Kael'thas E. So playing with stealth could actually lead you to having a proper engage if you take into consideration your opponent's abilities. And
while we're talking about that, Raynor went down pretty fast. The Bloodlust did come out, but now the team's using it to escape with that speed. And so the blue team does manage to steal the siege camp here. And it looks like in the top lane, Leoric is grabbing that siege camp top, while Zul is still pushing middle. Ultra's coming up, and Ban Cho is pushing the bottom lane. Now they've gotten that entire wall down, and those, oh yeah, 2 of the mercs make it to the fort.
But you see that the sappers are up top, which are going to push there, but the altar is coming up, and Leoric is not down there, whereas all of Ban Cho's team is there.
Yeah, they definitely are taking that one, and the fight is happening though at 5v4, and we get another Mosh on that Nubrak. Full duration, and down Nubrak goes. Looks like Raynor's in a lot of trouble as well, but what's his name? What's his name? The healer, dude.
Rhaegar?
No, the other one.
Lucio just dropped the beat.
Lucio was by himself, so he couldn't kill Raynor, but it was pretty close.
Yeah, but the problem with that was Death and Delay did not have a Mosh interrupt. They used their abilities right away, and ETC knew it, allowing him to get into that perfect Mosh. Right here, you can see that Leoric is falling behind Zul in a little bit of experience, as usual. his minions is going back in, which is leading to an experience deficit, which I believe will be a downfall in the late game. What do you think, D?
You know, I think it'll actually only matter until, you know, for a few more levels, but after that, it's not going to be a big deal if they last that long.
Of course, but they have a top wall down for Ban Cho, and oh, it looks like Rainer's ult came down here, which is a 100-second ult and won't be up for the objective or do much structure damage.
Yeah, they do. Are they going to get this tower? No, they leave right before they
Yes,
get it, but
they
minions
will.
do.
Yeah, they will. Minions are taking that to storm. It looks like red team Death and Delay is rotating up, getting their objective. They want to secure it. It might be that they're looking for a delay, but I don't think that they're going to be able to get it.
Rhaegar just barely missed that. But yeah, so they just even trade. So far, the game is really close. We've got 28 to 24 on the cores, with Death and Delay slightly behind by 4 points. Siege camp being picked up by Death and Delay, and it looks like
where Sylvanas is going balls deep to get that keep.
Yes, but the team does have to back off here. They are 4v5, so trying to survive. I'm surprised they did not go in hard for that Sylvana spot because she was stuck there.
And she was revealed by the task star, too. So
yeah, that could have gotten that gank, I believe.
Although Sylvanas does have her Banshee's wave, which does allow her to escape very, very easily out of those types of situations.
I thought she had used it for something, but maybe not. I'm not sure.
But at level 13, she has the Windrunner talent, which allows her to use it twice.
Yes, she did go for that talent.
Which
I'm surprised she didn't go for the haunting wave, applying the, what do they call it? Those not the curse.
3 stacks of Banshee's Curse.
Yeah, Banshee's Curse. Yeah. So no, instead she went for Barbed Shot.
Yeah, they're really relying on that keeping in the team fight with that talent right there, or they're probably using it to deal more structure damage. Or either way, they're getting their keep bot, whereas they're trading 2 altars for that. However,
I don't know that was worth it, really.
I think that is extremely worth it. If they're able to get the bottom one, that's only a 1 damage off from the other team. And right there, they're still in the lead and going to keep that bot tower, which I think will get them a lot of value. They try to go for the gank on Leoric, but Leoric is pretty much unkillable or ungankable.
And I was looking to see Ban Cho here defend this, but it's not looking like they're going to be able to do that. Another ult comes out, but Anubrak goes down. But Rainer's ult's still doing damage.
And let's break it down. Goes out without any meaning. However, they did get the Anubrak kill, which allows them to keep this keep.
I have a feeling it's not going to be for long, but Leoric is getting the top keep. No, he'll have to back out here shortly. Not enough of a wave to push with him. But Zul is making a lot of progress on that middle keep as well. So red team is under a lot of pressure here.
The Skeletal Warriors are doing a lot for Zul, which allows him to take that keep, whereas Leoric has no split push pressure in order to combat that.
And we've got the Mercs coming in here. Will they? I think I don't think they'll make it to the core, but we'll see. Yeah, they get killed.
They fall down, but it's 6-2 in terms of the altars, or the bell towers, and now the altars are coming up, but it's 5-2, bot towers down. However, Ban Cho is really set up for this next objective.
Yes, and if they get the objective, they get 5 points, whereas, so if they trade 5 for 3 points, that's not bad at all, even if they only take one of these.
And it looks like they're all going bot, looking for that trade, especially since they're ahead. However, their ults are coming right up at this point, but Bloodlust goes down, Phoenix, and all the ults everywhere, but ETC Mosh goes down.
So many bombs getting spread by Death and Delay. But somehow Zul still is the one to go down. It's the first death in there. The entire Ban Cho team is very low. And down goes ETC.
And it looks like Death and Delay got a really good team fight there. I wonder how they're going to push it to their advantage.
I expect them to take this fort right now. I mean, it's already at half health. Shouldn't be too difficult. Looks like they're going for the Merc camp instead.
They're just trying to heal up before they can push.
Right.
And here comes the Rainer Inspire. And down goes the keep. It looks like mid keep is going to be reclaimed shortly, which means that it's going back and forth, which we love seeing that be.
Yeah. And looks like ETC will be up soon. And the team will be pushing this fort as soon as it's available with that Sylvanas trait.
And because of that team fight, now Death and Delay is ahead in experience.
Oh, and look at that. Death and Delay coming in with that flank, pushing the teams into the fort.
Cocoon down, Bloodlust up.
Oh,
and
Sylvanas by herself.
It looks like they're going to get out just fine, however.
That was impressive.
And
Lots of
bot
came out.
keep is near deletion.
And there you go. Zul
there
gets it.
it goes. Right now they're even, and they're about to get 20 at the same time, which will lead to this objective being very, very exciting.
Yeah, let's see what the teams can do. Right now, the ults are pretty even, but Anubarak gets deleted. That was a lot of
Anubarak
damage.
down. Yeah, with Anubarak down, Leoric top, they're not going to get this objective. However, they're going to mitigate the damage caused by it because Leoric was able to take top keep. That 4v5 was risky, and looks like Ban Cho is looking for the gauge. However, they were a little bit too late.
Yeah, I don't know about the decision to have Sylvanas try to take that camp by herself. Oh! They got stuck in a very tight spot. Leoric and Tomb comes out with that silence. And ETC has no escape, especially with the follow-up, but he does have a death mosh.
Does have a death
See
mosh.
if that death mosh secures any kills. Nope, not quite.
And it looks like Let's Drop the Beat is down. So now it's on cooldown for 75 more seconds. Whereas Death and Delay only has a 40-second delay on their ults. All come back up. Ooh, a great force wall comes down, and Lucio gets deleted. Leoric's going to be tried coming in for the Sylvanas, but she has that Banshee wave.
And wow, it's looking like Death and Delay are really pushing hard, even though they're significantly below on their core only has 8 hit points left. But they are doing a great job pushing these forts. Looks like Ban Cho will reclaim the top one. And in the meantime, Death and Delay gets the siege camp. And if they can push that right through, that's another 3 hit points on Ban Cho's core. With Lucio down for another 30 seconds and an Ultra coming up in 22. And I think it's safe to say that this one will belong to Death and Delay.
I believe that, yes, they're going to be going for it, but it looks like they're actually trying to initiate on the team fight with an Entombed Silence right here. And I called it.
Ooh. And 2 of those mercs made it through. They lost 2 points on the core.
They're really setting up for this. Now that they have one person down, they get the altar and still keep bottom keep, and Kalefoss goes down.
Boss is next, I assume. I'm guessing Zul will have to back out of there soon, because they are coming for him.
It looks like they are going for boss right at this moment, which, since the 2 DPS on Ban Cho's team are down, they can't really reclaim the keep either. They're going to try their hardest, though.
Yes, killing minions one blow at a time, very slowly.
It's very slow, and now they get to rotate back down. Zul is coming down as well, trying to take it down with his skeletal minions and quick curse strikes, and it falls down.
And now the teams are even again on the core, so it's 8-8. That was a pretty great job there by Death and Delay to catch up.
Since both teams are very even, it comes down to how they play these next objectives to see how they fare.
It is looking like Death and Delay also has these mercs pushing here. So I wonder if they will be able to, if Sylvanas will be able to disable all of these and kill them before they make it to that fort. Oh, looks like that fight is coming, and the slide from ETC and a mosh that catches nobody.
However, the Rhaegar Unstoppable, though, if you didn't see that, that was insane. It was a huge, oh no, a Nubrak face check the bush moment. Which I believe saved a lot of damage on Nubrak, which allows them to still be in this team fight for this objective. But with Mosh Pit down, Phoenix down, and Skeletal Mages down, whereas only Black Hole down on Death and Delay, I believe that they have a lot better of a chance for getting this objective, and they get bought here.
Lucio remained cocooned for quite a while. The Bloodlust comes out, and Rhaegar taking a lot of damage, but not as much as Sylvanas, and he is tracing. And he's backing off a bit, and Sylvanas is mounted, trying to stay alive. Engaged there, lots of bombs coming out. Looks like Nubrak's about to die, and there he goes. And Zul with his first strikes and healing. Goodness, he does go down. Oh, Sylvanas is about to die.
And it looks like Tastar's not going to let anything happen without a real fight. Black Hole is back up. Pop there.
Oh, that was great by KT there, scaring the Rhaegar away enough for his team to catch that altar. And now it's a trade, 4-4. Such a close game. This is amazing.
But since they're getting the bottom keep, they're actually putting themselves at the best possible advantage for this next team fight, this next altar. Because even if Death and Delay gets another altar, they're going to not be able to win. They have to get both altars or even provide a team fight. Whereas Ban Cho can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Siege camps are now up, and it looks like Ban Cho will be going for theirs as well as the red teams. Let's see if there's going to be a fight here. Both teams back off of that camp. Tassadar puts down his wall preemptively.
He didn't know if any of them were in the bush or not, so he had to make sure that it didn't happen. And since he reduced the cooldown of Force Wall, it was a pretty good decision. Sappers go in. It looks like they're destroying the Sappers on the way. They're probably going to be able to reclaim this keep. Because Ban Cho is playing other defensive.
In the top lane, though, the blue minions are pushing on that keep quite a bit, but I don't think they're going to get it before these altars come up. So this one is going to be who captures the altar first. Because it is even.
This is game right here.
Yep.
Have you ever seen a game so close, D?
A little bit, yes, I have.
It's all about who can stall it out long enough, then it happens. And it looks like Ban Cho is in a really good position. New York saves it though, and has a silenced tomb against Lucio, which he falls.
GG.
And it looks like Death and Delay has won in the first round upset against the third seed.
That was very well played. I think the Kel'Thas ult went up a little early there, and unfortunately it didn't last very long, so Death and Delay were able to cap after pushing back.
That was an extremely close game. 11 to 12 kills. A 24-minute game on Towers of Doom, which I think is outstanding.
Looking at the damage here, Tassadar did so much damage, 3-0 in terms of kills. He really didn't die at all. Wow. Nubrak died 6 times though. He was their sacrificial lamb.
Ooh. Poor Nubrak. But there were also some really good saves on a Nubrak with the Rhaegar Unstoppable. Those were very clutch, and I believe that those were outstanding. So, where do you want us to go next, Dee?
Let's see, with Tomb of the Spider Queen, Cursed Hollow, and Volskaya Foundry, and Battlefield of Eternity banned, we've already taken Towers of Doom. I would like to see Infernal Shrines. That's what I'd like. I love that map, and I think it's a very interesting one, so looking forward to it. I hope that's where they go, but we'll see.
I feel like Infernal Shrines is the go-to map if you don't know what you're going to play. It's the general map of NGS and of all Lost players in general, I think. It's solid. However, I want us to go to Dragonshire. My favorite. Maybe it's a little bit of a bias because I main Hanzo and I like Hanzo on that map, so... But at any rate, I think that was a really close game. Do you think that there might be a game 3 here?
Well, if this game was any indication, I think there might be, actually. There's a good possibility for that. Or, you know, Team 6 might dominate Team 3, you know, Seed 3, you don't know. But I hope that we get a Game 3. I always love Game 3s, and they're just more entertaining in general.
An interesting thing for the chat to really digest. All of C-East games are being played tonight. All of the playoffs for C-East are tonight, and I think that that is so weird and outstanding. It's weird because also in B West we had like 3 out of 4 people, 3 out of 4 teams of the playoffs do that as well. It just seems like a trend that's going. Dee thinks I'm crazy though.
I think it's just a coincidence. And
Dee thinks it's just a coincidence. I think the Illuminati's involved, but you know, we can agree to disagree.
All right, and welcome new viewers. I see our viewership jumped a little bit. So welcome, guys. We are about to head into game number 2, which is going to be actually in Braxis Holdout. So neither one of us gets our wish, Vivanchi.
Oh, Braxis, I hate this map. I'm sorry.
Me too, we can agree on that. I hate that map.
I ban it every single time. And
So
there's
did
a
our
good
team.
reason. It is a fun map to play Genji on. I'll give them that. So.
Genji. Huh.
Yeah. You gotta love the brothers. I'm sorry. It's mostly because he's so easy to gank the soul laner with, and also clear the boss or win every single boss team fight with. All right.
Are they going to tell us who the first draft team is so that we can deduce who picked Braxis Holdout?
Who picked Braxis? Own up. It looks like Dauntress picked it, so it's death and delay.
All right. Which means that Ban Cho opted for first pick again.
Ban Cho was also going to pick it, so I think that is insane that both teams wanted this map, D.
Yeah, and it's the worst map.
Both of them are confident in this map, though, so that's what it really makes me very excited to see this. If Death and Delay wins this, they win this, and it's a 6 seed beating third seed. However, if the third seed beats them in this map, it's a game 3. Honestly, I'm excited, even though I dislike Braxis. It's not as bad as Warhead Junction. I think we could all agree there. Okay. So, D, what's your favorite hero to play on Braxis?
How about you? Apart from Genji, presumably.
Apart from Genji. You just were silent for me. I don't know if you didn't press your button or something.
Oh, wait, what was silent?
No matter.
All right.
Genji's my favorite hero to play on this map, but that's just me. Also, Stukov. Oh, so good.
That's
So
true.
good.
Yeah, lots of choke points for that silence.
Mm-hmm. Really easy to land those roots, too. Love it.
All right, everybody on stream, it is time for your favorite caster votes. And let's see if I can share the link that we've got in Discord. Where did they put it? Hype?
Yeah, vote D. I might be only saying that because I'm her co-caster today, and a co-caster for a different person a different day. But I'm just going to pass myself off like a baton and just vote for whoever you like.
Ooh, where is the link? I totally lost it. Oh my god.
Oh no.
All right, never mind. I will find it at some other point. Actually, since you're not on the stream, like, can you find it, please?
I will find it for you.
Thank you.
I will hunt through the ends of the earth just for you.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to ask people. I'm going to travel to Atlantis. I'm going to get my scuba gear right now and dig it up from the deep undersea. Also, D, do they need to register to vote for this?
No, I think it's just a Google form. You click on who you want to vote for. I think you get to vote for up to 3 casters and 2 co-casters. So, you know, if you have several that you like, you can get those votes in.
All right, I found it, D. Found it.
Awesome.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Boom. So I had to go to Atlantis. I met with some merfolk, too. It's great.
All right, well, it looks like the game is about to start. Here we go, game number 2. They did the countdown. All right. We are actually in Braxis holdout now. Hi, Dontris.
So Rexar is a very, very popular hero here, which I kind of expect to see, at least in the bans.
Yeah, I would expect a Rexar ban here, and if not, then somebody's got to pick him up. He's like really good here. Can hold that point against almost anybody.
And soak the lane all at once.
Right.
It's really, really powerful. However, I've seen Imperiuses, I've seen Malthaels, Sonias be picked up that are really popular in this meta right now. And also Phoenix, surprisingly enough.
Yeah. I have seen quite a few Phoenixes, but My personal favorite would be Sonia, I suppose. She's just awesome. I think she's like the best bruiser there is.
I couldn't agree with you more. But I think that there also might be a Ragnaros here.
Ooh, that would be a great choice, especially for that protection you can give your fort from the Zerg while he's using his trait on it. And let's see what
Exactly.
first picks we're
How
gonna get.
how sorry. However, they banned 3 mages in the first one. Kel'Thuzad, Kael'thas, Li Ming, and then also Joanna banned. But it looks like Ban Cho was able to pick up one of the last remaining good mages for this map.
Well, there's still Gul'dan as well, and Cassia. Nobody has banned or picked Cassia. This is so weird.
It's so weird because I always see a banner pick with Cassia everywhere I go.
Yeah, she's very strong right now and very popular. But yep, we do see that Rexar, as
We
expected.
do see the Rex. And with the Joanna tank ban, we were able to lock in that ETC, which is Joanna's, Joanna is his biggest counter. I'm surprised that Ban Cho didn't take the opportunity to steal him.
Who do you think we're going to see as tank coming out of Ban Cho this time?
Oh, that's very interesting. They picked up the Deckard! Woo! I love me some Deckard.
Yeah, Deckard is a very strong healer. You know, Deckard can also sort of double as a tank sometimes. He can be very hard to kill.
He can be, unless you can lock him down with CC. He's really hard to kill. Really hard. We see the Inubarak ban, which means that Death and Delay is trying to choke out that tank pick and did not like. They were the ones that picked Inubarak, correct?
Death and Delay, yes, had Inubarak.
So they don't want them taking Inubarak to interrupt the mosh pits, I believe. Banotasar, another strong hero on Brax's holdout.
And a pretty strong hero overall. They took him last game and they did a lot of like damage with that Tessadar. So I can understand why Tessadar is banned here. That's 3 mages coming out of Ban Cho though, and 2 tanks from Death and Delay banned.
They didn't ban Cho, they didn't ban Gaul, another really good mage, so I don't know. Maybe they're just prioritizing something else. Alright, we're going to see the Bloodlust comp come back out, but I don't know what Delta Sniper is going to be picking in order to do it. Maybe we'll see the Cassia right here, which I'd be very excited and also disappointed to see.
Two auto attackers, do you think they would do that? I mean, of course, the team doesn't have many blinds, so it might work.
They don't have any answers to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure, they have the Deckard with Ruby and such, which could be useful, but I think that they want burst damage here, honestly. Which Cassia does provide with her Surge of Storm. However, they're going with the Mephisto.
Mephisto. Well, Mephisto can easily kill a Jaina and a Vala if he dives far enough, but let's see if he's good enough to do that. So those guys can really melt people.
However, the Deckard can root the Mephisto if timed properly right when he teleports back, which could lead to a Diablo dive and a blow-up from the JPS.
Right, that's true.
So Ban Cho has a better blow-up comp, however, Death and Delay has a very good sustain comp. So it really comes down to how are they going to be playing this map? How are they going to do things? They have probably the better soul laner against Leoric, because Leoric has no answers for Rexar. However, their 4-man, I don't know how that is going to turn out, because Deckard's a very strong healer, and so is Jaina a mage.
Alright, let me introduce again the teams here. On the left-hand side, we've got Ban Cho with Quinal on the Vala, Skev on the Diablo, Shusui, I think that's what it's called. Shusui on the Jaina, I believe. Yep, that's the Jaina. Bluestein on the Deckard, and Ronan on the Leoric.
10 seconds.
And on Death and Delay, we have Swee on ETC, Delta Sniper on Mephisto, Dauntress on Raynor, MC-17 on
Gates open.
Rhaegar, and we have Mechdadio on Rexar. Also, I love saying Swee. Can I just say that?
I think we could tell. You sound very excited when you say it.
Yeah, it's just so much fun to say. It's like saying indubitably. You always want to say it. However, if you say it too much, it loses its ring.
It
looks like a team fight.
He's taking a lot of damage. Great root comes out from that Deckard though, and Shui is in trouble. Down he goes. Dauntress.
It looks like they have the better first and early game comp. However, I don't know if it is early enough for us to tell. Sorry, I don't know if it is going to be a determinant of how the game will be played.
In the top lane, as expected, Rexar is bullying the Leoric a bit, who has to back off and wait for that wave to reach the walls. He's getting stunned by Misha a lot. And even though the Ban Cho is taking a lot of damage, they are getting healed up by all those potions from Deckard pretty easily.
However, if you look at Deckard's mana, he's already at 1/3 of his mana pool.
True. Looks like Jaina's having a little bit of a 1-on-2 here, fighting with ETC and Mephisto. Getting rid of those minions and starting on their siege camp. Both teams.
Both teams are grabbing their siege camps, which is very interesting, which might put the favor into the top lane with Death and Delay.
Absolutely. I mean, it's already a tough matchup for Leoric, and now with having to deal with the Merc camp, it's not going to be easy.
It's really not, especially since he doesn't even have Neil Peasants yet. It was a really good play for them. However, Neil Peasants does come out, I believe. We're going to see.
It does look like, though, there's another camp pushing bottom here, and Ban Cho did not pick up their bruiser camp.
Alright, I have to take a real-life break. Someone's at the door, so okay. I will be right.
Ooh, great stun into the wall there, and ETC goes down. Great job by Diablo, and the follow-up from his team. So does Raynor get killed here. Looks like Diablo's looking to rotate to help the Leoric in the top lane. With Rexar having such low mana, he seems to be backing off a little bit, taking that CP cup. But Ronan is in a bit of trouble. He has such low health. And Ban Cho is getting some time on this beacon. On both beacons, it's charging. It's already at 50%. I wonder if Rexar is going to be able to cap the top one. Yep. That way to stop that progress. Ooh, and the game was paused by Dauntress.
Right when I come back. So, you ready to do some analysis, D?
I apologize, son of a Dixon. I forgot to change the scene. I do that often. I'm sorry. Bad caster. So now you can see, hopefully. I'm not sure what's going on.
However, if we look at the game as it is, though, bot lane tower for Death and Delay is nearly gone. We have the wall down, but the two ones there have like a quarter of their health.
Indeed, and the wave, the blue wave will be coming in the bottom lane, so that will be easier for it to push.
I believe that that is a fort when this objective pops.
It is unclear why we are paused. Dauntress is having technical difficulty. You guys want to listen to some music while we wait?
Alright, it looks like we are almost there. Shishui is looking for their team to have bathroom breaks to Ban Cho. Of course it happens. Ban Cho is ready. Looks like Death and Delay is ready.
No, I think they said they have a bathroom break, so we are waiting for them. Oh wait, that was, no, never mind. Yeah. We're waiting for the red team to say they're ready. Alright, here we go.
And we're off once more. It looks like we're having a Hearth from Death and Delay from Rhaegar. Now we get to see how much the other teams were strategizing during that pause.
In the top lane, Leoric is trying to fight his way onto that point, but it's not working very well for him, although he does manage to get Nisha almost dead, and Rexar has no health and is getting chased off.
I think he's actually winning that fight.
That is interesting news right now. He wasn't in the beginning, but now he is. He still has
now that he
all
has
his mana.
Now that he has the wave clear in order to deal with Rexar, I mean, I believe that he's actually doing quite well.
And ETC goes down in the bottom lane. Killed right next to their tower. And the Death and Delay does not have their level 7s yet, and they are going to have to face this gigantic wave that's coming for them. That fort is almost definitely down.
A 4.5 minute Zerg wave is pretty rough to deal with, and Mephisto's right there, which means that he's going to get blown up. So this is a fort down, as we surmised previously.
Will they get any damage onto that keep wall, you think?
I believe that they're going to get a significant amount of damage, actually. They have the better early game here.
This is a very snowball-y kind of map, so any advantage they can get here will be really useful for them. And they do manage to get that top tower in the bottom keep, as well as the gate. But they leave before they can get the bottom tower.
And with Deal Peasants, the Zerg wave is no match for the Lich King.
No, that's not the Lich King. That's the Skeleton King. You're confusing them.
He's the Lich King to me. He's the better Lich. I'm sorry. You can fight me, Arthas. I don't care. Leoric's better. So it looks like Ban Cho is getting their camps right here. And they're trying to get that macro pressure going on. Do you think that we're going to have a 4-man lane switch here?
I would hope so.
And right here we see the
Great time.
Rexar dead.
Oh, Rexar gets ganked. In the meantime, Death and Delay is dealing with the Mercs in the bottom lane, and now they're rotating up. But in the meantime, of course, Ban Cho's taking full advantage of this death on Rexar and pushing. They finished that entire wall. And they're taking that well as well.
I guess I was basically choking out all the mages and getting Jaina was a really good play from Ban Cho.
True. I mean, her wave clear is really superior to Mephisto's, yeah, it's not looking great right now for Death and Delay. They've lost 2 forts, and Ban Cho still has all 4 of theirs.
They are all sustained, which means that Ban Cho is really playing to their strengths, where they're trying to keep the team fights nice, short, and sweet, and try to burst one person down at a time.
It looks like they're going for the boss. They do have the level 10 advantage, so any attempt at interrupting this will not go well for Death and Delay. But they're doing it right under their noses. I wonder if Death and Delay knows.
And it looks like the boss is heading up top, where both lanes have no fort. 7 minutes in for Death and Delay. They're missing the 10 advantage, and it looks like they're getting the beacon advantage as well.
And with the capping bottom beacon, now they're going top to try to push their advantage and that level 10 advantage that Death and Delay still does not have. But I think they took too long to rotate there. I think they should have probably gone top first.
I believe that they should have just capped the beacon and let the boss die and then defend the beacon. And it looks like a huge Mephisto root goes out, as well as Bloodlust. All the ults pop out actually, and it goes really in favor of Death and Delay.
That was a good turn by them. They're still down a whole level, but they did manage to. They used all their ults. Ring of Frost and Stay a While and Listen were not used, but a lot of deaths. Well played by Death and Delay.
That's exactly what they needed to actually try to defend against this thing. But alas, all of the death timers are very, very short. And it looks like a team fight going off here with the ults on
there
Ban
comes
Cho.
that Deckard Stay a While and Listen. Another root coming from Mephisto. But is it enough? No, Rexar goes down. Mephisto and ETC now running away. But I think that Leoric's going to catch up to him. Slow him down. That's a dead Mephisto.
They really pushed out that advantage of Ban Cho had the ults, but Death and Delay did not. This allows them to get the objective, push out top, and I think that this is a keep here with 13 advantage.
Absolutely. Looks like Jaina's gone in a little early, but her team does back her up. Very large wave going top. And those mercs in the top lane are already killed by Leoric, so it is going to move unimpeded. Jaina goes back to defend against this one lonely Zerg. That was interesting.
It was. I believe that they could have gotten to keep if they all went there, but it looks like with all the ults popping out...
Oh, such a great Stay a While and Listen. After that Bloodlust was used, Deckard got pretty much everybody on the red team with that one sleep.
That Deckard carried that team fight so hard right there with the E to root them when they first started their Bloodlust, and also to reduce damage and rubies and the Stay Alive and Listen. He really wanted to listen. Who's MVP here?
That was some great Deckard play. Alright, they did not quite get the keep. And they are backing off, but it looks like they're going to steal this bruiser camp, which keeps some more pressure on their team.
They grab their bruiser camp, which means that Ban Cho is really playing to this map's strength of, I'm going to snowball. Just a little bit.
Welcome, new viewers. We are on game number 2 with Death and Delay winning the first game. We've got Ban Cho trying to win this one to stay in the playoffs. And it's looking pretty good for Ban Cho, I'd say. They're 2 levels ahead right now. And if they can win this one, then we get a game 3, which is the most exciting thing about casting game 3. Ooh,
Exactly.
Diablo. So much damage going into that Diablo, but again, stay well and listen saves him. The Jaina root misses, and Yorick,
But she also
runs
used
away.
it to. She also used it to really slow them, and it looks like Falla falls down. Very ambitious push with barely any advantage, but it looks like they are going to get some keep damage off of that. However, Death and Delay does grab the boss here with no objective for them to counter it with.
Do they grab it, or do they get interrupted?
Looks
That
like they are,
ETC's pretty low. Ooh,
because
flipped
Rexar's
right
there
into
and they're
there.
all low. They actually lost this boss pretty hard.
Wow. That was great plays coming in from Ban Cho.
The Ruby
Flip.
pops out, which means that this team fight is over.
16, level 16 to level 14 now, so significant advantage. Ronan really needs one of those potions, guys. Let him have one. There we go. And we've got Jaina pushing this bottom keep, doing a little bit of damage on it with her Blizzard. And they are also capping the beacons. I think this is GG.
This is probably going to be GG. Yeah, they're grabbing the keep and they're going to push the Zerg wave into core. This really wasn't a close game.
No, it wasn't. We've got 12 kills to 4. 4 structures to 0. So yeah, not close at all. But a great comeback for Ban Cho from their first game where they lost. I mean, just barely. It was such a close game. But yeah, good comeback for them, and that means they get to keep going.
Exactly. So with this, I think that this is game. With how snowball this map is, and they're up 16, they really have no chance of defending. But we do get to see a game 3.
That's always exciting. That's always good.
I'm so pumped because that means that it was a close game, and that means this division is pretty close because this is the 6th and 3rd seed fighting it out.
Ooh, root on that Leoric. Out comes the Diablo ult and Mosh. That is interrupted. Deckard goes down, as does ETC. Rhaegar makes it away with like less than 200 health. And Leoric is down as well. But Jaina's still going. She gets that ring out on the Rexar. Oh, but she is dead. Wow.
Oh, they were actually able to defend it off.
That is incredible. The core is at 12%. And I don't think that it's going down right now. Wow. Great defense by Death and Delay. I guess we
They're
called it too
delaying the
early.
inevitable, in my opinion. There was a lot of death and delaying right there, but will it be enough? I don't know. This map is very snowbally, especially with lane pressure and the backdoor opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I think as soon as they're up, they should just probably look for a fight and push with it.
Death and Delay, I think, is in really big trouble. However, they were able to defend against that core push, but if one other core push happens like that, they are toast.
It looks like instead of pushing with their mercs, Ban Cho is going to go defend bottom mercs. do you see, is there any way for Death and Delay to come back at this point?
I don't think so. On Braxis, it's really, really snowballing. I mean, if they get team fight after team fight after team fight after team fight really well executed and burst them down, which I don't think that they have the comp to do, then they could possibly come back come back from it.
I think it's
However,
going to be a boss. No?
It looks like, with the lane pressure that's happening right now, Ban Cho has basically clinched every single thing here. As long as they just don't throw, I think that they win.
Oh, they look like they are looking for that fight, and the perfect entomb from Leoric with that silent, followed by a Deckard sleep. Everybody on Ban Cho's taking a lot of damage though. Oh,
There's
no.
a really good Mephisto route. However, will it be enough to defend against it?
I don't
Ruby
know.
pops out,
But
Leoric
that Rhaegar's almost
heals
dead.
up to full from that team
Wow.
fight dilemma, and it looks like it was a 2-for-2 trade, which means that they have to go back, defend core, however Ban Cho can grab the objective and have 20 advantage.
Yes, they do have 20 advantage, so even if they do take this fight 3v3, they would do quite well with it. They still have Jaina, so lots of burst.
And it looks like they're trying to engage, but it's staggering on Death and Delay.
Another silence on that Mephisto. Can Jaina get that kill? Oh, Leoric will get that kill. Great work there.
And it looks like the core pressure is getting too much to bear for Death and Delay.
Yes, they do have to back and defend there, and I think it's not possible for them to defend this Zerg wave that's coming, whether or not anybody picks, anybody stops this. Like, they could wipe the entire blue team, and I think that'll still be a lot.
I think that they have to win without objective at this point, which doesn't seem likely.
Oh, another great entomb from Leoric. Ronan really bringing those perfect silences.
And it
2
looks
kills.
like the entire red team falls. And this is a core rush to victory.
Yeah, maybe the Zerg won't even have a chance to get to the core before blue team ends it.
But you know what's very interesting?
What?
Actually, never mind. That's not very interesting.
Alright. There goes Rhaegar. Nope, that wasn't Rhaegar. Sorry, that was Mephisto. And a dead core. GG. Well played. That was a really fun game to watch, even though it wasn't very close.
It's very one-sided, unlike the Towers of Doom game. I'm excited to see what this next game is going to present us.
Me too. Game number 3. Woohoo! So exciting.
I'm going to take 5,
Alright.
and then we're going to dive right in to game 3.
For everybody on stream, there is currently voting going on for your favorite casters, so I will post the link in the chat. Please do take a moment to vote. You can vote for up to 3 casters and I think 2 co-casters. So let's take a look at that. Here we go. I linked the document. It's a Google Doc. I think you just fill it out. Yep, 3 NGS casters, and you can vote for up to 2 co-casters. And welcome new people on stream. You are coming into the very exciting part. We are at 1-1. Let me update the scores. We don't know where we're going yet for the third game, but we will find out shortly. These two teams are seed number 3 and seed number 6 for Division C East. And there's like quite a significant difference in the number of games won between them. But so far the games have been fairly close, except for this, well, Braxis didn't feel that close, mostly because there was a lot of pressure from Ban Cho, and they managed to pull that out, even though they did have a full team wipe at the core and left it at 12%, but it was still way too low for Death and Delay to make a comeback there. All right, time for some more music while we wait.
It's all about humanity.
Hello there. All right.
Hello, welcome back. I've got some music going to entertain people.
Woo.
It's all about humanity.
I think that was a very entertaining game. I feel like both games are very entertaining, so I'm excited to see what this is going to be, as this was one of the closer playoffs too.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into game 3. I hope it's a close one, like game 1, because those are very, very fun to watch, and, you know, keeping people on the edge of their seats.
It does keep people. You know, Ban Cho was very ahead in most of the game of Towers of Doom, but then Death and Delay really came back.
Yeah, that was a great turn by Death and Delay there. So let's see. All right, looks like we've got a new game. We are going to Sky Temple.
Ooh, Sky Temple, were you... Who chose this map?
We are not sure yet. As soon as they set who is the first pick team, I will know.
I'm guessing it was Ban Cho. They might have seen the fact that they were able to come back from Towers of Doom, right? So they had Braxis holdout, where they couldn't come back from it, where it's a huge snowballing map, and Sky Temple is kind of the same way, where is that you try to get an early lead, and then you try to maintain that lead throughout the entire thing without fighting the enemy team.
Right, and once you have a lead on that map in terms of structures, you can just trade every other objective after that and still be fine.
Exactly.
Still win that game.
But if you are behind, you're going to have to try to force team fights that aren't in your favor. It looks like Ban Cho chose this map, which I was right. They're really utilizing their plan correctly. I think that this was a very smart analysis of their enemy team when they chose this map.
Right, not giving them the chance for that comeback worked out in their favor in the second game, and it worked out, you know, the opposite. It gave Death and Delay a great opportunity in the first game. So good job for recognizing that and picking this map.
But Death and Delay, you can't really choose a late game comp here. You need something that can last in the early game, trade off pretty easily in the early game, really excel in the mid game, and perform adequately well in the late game. But you can't have someone who is terrible early game, okay mid game and amazing late game.
I let the teams know that we are ready. Looks like we've got both teams in the lobby here. We're just waiting for them to say ready as well. And then we'll be going into game number 3.
What do you love about Sky Temple, Nee?
I love the siege camps and the boss positioning, where if you have good control over that area, you can really get a lot of pressure in that bottom lane. How about you?
I just like the fact where you can win the game without fighting at all. I once won a game on Sky Temple with 0 kills.
Well,
The macro potential is huge on this map, and there are so many different ways to start it.
all right, here we go. Death and Delay gets first pick here.
And right here, we have red team picking first. Death and Delay start out with first pick. Ban Cho has this map chosen, and it looks like they did not want to deal with Deckard again, which
That was, I mean, that was a phenomenal Deckard. So if I were them, that is a great respect ban and well earned by Ban Cho.
I think so too. Ruby is absolutely fatal against teams who can't CC them to death and burst them down.
Looks like Ban Cho sticking with their usual. They banned Kel'Thuzad. And let's see.
Do you think we're going to see some mage lock again?
Well, so far it looks like that might be a possibility. We've got, yeah, Tassadar banned. That's also what they did last game.
The crusade calls.
And a first pick Johanna. Finally, we got to see a Johanna.
If she isn't banned, she's picked. Let's just be fair here. Best tank in the game.
Absolutely.
I think she needs nerfs. But
She needs what, sorry?
she needs nerfs.
Oh. Yeah, possibly. Or maybe it's just that the other tanks need buffs.
The hunt is on.
That's
Ooh.
true.
Rhaegar Lunara. So Death and Delay is being denied that Rhaegar and Bloodlust, which they picked in the first and second games.
They did. I think that Ban Cho wants to show them how it's done. Don't worry, I've been there before.
Kael'thas Greymane. That is a pretty rough combo to deal with. I mean, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of burst.
I think that what they were lacking the last game was that they didn't have any bursts, but now they're basically sacrificing their sustained damage to burst down anyone in their path.
And if that Lunara gets just a smidge too close, she is dead. What?
Oh no!
Game disconnected or something. Somebody disconnected.
Looks like their internet has gone out, which happens to the best of us. Let's just be fair. We're going to have to refresh everything that we did. I'm sorry, viewers, for this little bit of a delay here.
Looks like they are almost back. Oh no! What just happened? Are we going to have to reform the lobby?
Might have to.
So it turns out their power is flickering.
Which might not be the best. Hopefully it is fixed before this game has to be delayed for another day.
I don't think that's how it works though. If they can't bring the 5th member, I think they forfeit, don't they?
The teams can reschedule their third match in case that happens. But I believe both teams have to agree on it.
I don't think that they can delay the 3rd match. I think they will have to forfeit if they take too long.
I've seen some people reschedule it, but it's...
But I mean, why? This is the playoffs. They have no incentive to allow them to reschedule. Like, why would they do that? Team number 2, I mean, they can just take their
in
win.
the heart of competition. It's in the spirit of competition. Yeah, they might have to FF here. Which is a really sad end for the playoffs.
Yeah, I was
don't
really
like
looking
seeing
forward
that.
to this 3rd match. I mean, it's not over yet. Maybe they'll be able to come back within a few minutes.
I don't know if they have a sub that they could play with or not.
It would have to be an on-roster sub because you can't have off-roster subs anymore. All right, looks like they are also pursuing a sub getting on, just in case their players don't make it back.
Always a good idea to have a sub available during playoffs.
Hi, Recaro Recliner. What happened was it looks like there's some power issues somewhere in Canada, and it's causing flickering lights for several of the players on Ban Cho. They are trying to get a sub in, like an on-roster sub to get on the game, or for that player to return. We'll see. And they have 4 minutes left. Yeah, very unlucky for Ban Cho.
It's all about humanity.
Okay, we've got a 5th. Woohoo, cutting it really close with 2 minutes to go. They will have to redo the draft, just as it was. Thank you for your patience, everyone, on stream, as we get back into this. Looks like somebody was taking notes, so we know exactly what's going to happen for the first bunch of picks and bans.
The crusade calls.
I will fight to my last breath. Irenaeus will rise again.
Okay, now we know the bans are going to be Leoric and Anduin, and then after that we don't know what teams are going to pick. There goes the Anduin ban. So, who do you think Ban Cho is going to take as their tank to counter that Johanna? Oh, Vivanci's muted.
Tremble before me.
Well, they answered the question before he could. Diablo.
Glory to the Horde.
And we get a Thrall for the offlaner from Ban Cho. The delay was power outage issues in someplace in Canada. So one player disconnected and they had to switch to their laptop, I believe. So they had to get that patched first. But yeah, power flickering issues.
Yitar, guide my path.
Alright, we get an Artanis and a Karazim. Don't often see Karazim in these games.
Begin.
And a Medivh. Wow. That's a lot of damage pressure on that Lunara, and pressure for her to stay alive, especially in the face of a Kel'Thas Greymane blow-up comp.
Sorry about that, D.
No problem. We are ready to go into game number 3.
Ooh, and it looks like they popped in the Medivh for their burst comp.
I would prepare for your
Okay, going into game number 3. This will be the deciding factor for who's going to stay in the playoffs and who's going to be eliminated. So we've got Skev on the Diablo, we've got Quinal on the Lunara, we've got Bluestein on the Rhaegar, who's the player who disconnected, we've got Ronan on Thrall, and we've got, who's the last player? Shisui on Medivh.
Kino? Oh, it's just Chewie.
Alright, do you want to introduce the other two?
On Death and Delay, we have Artanis being put on Kill Sniper, Team being MZ17, Joanna being put by Swee, Greymane being Big Daddy-a.
You are cutting out a bit.
I believe.
Yeah, I can't hear you very well.
Allow me to try to remedy that. 1 second.
Hello, Crush. Welcome. C-East Hype. Yeah, this is game number 3, so you've joined a good one. Game number 3 has been very close. Let's see who can pull this off.
Alright, I think I fixed it.
Right. Both teams getting their rotations on. We have an odd comp here, like with a Medivh on one side and a Karazim on the other, both of which are fairly rare in these games.
And it looks like this Karazim is going inside too, which is also very rare in types of competitive games.
Both siege cans getting picked up by the teams. Medivh getting a head start on killing this siege camp here.
Right away, you can see Karazim is just trying to stack up his level 1 quest on the Bruiser camp over here, and it looks like Rayman's going to join him, and they're grabbing that very early Bruiser camp.
Indeed, and in the top lane, Thrall is being pushed out a bit by Artanis here, and having to soak at the wall. Medivh providing vision for his team. And there's still a tiny bit of health left on that siege camp. Never mind, it's dead.
And it looks like Death and Delay is having better early game here, where they're already up a level.
Indeed, they're doing pretty well. We're all 0 kills so far. And it looks like Lunara's going for that camp now, and Rhaegar's going up to help her.
She's really going for the camp now that she has Nature's Calling, the increased damage to minions and monsters. And
in the meantime, though, it looks like Death and Delay are not joking around. They are putting a lot of damage into that mid fort. They actually already got that tower and the gate. So very well played by them. And they have pressure in the top lane as well.
it looks like now that the Bruiser camp is up top, whereas Death and Delay's bruiser camp is gone, they might have the advantage. Ban Cho might have the advantage of taking top temple. However, Death and Delay is already getting that mid temple value, but Ban Cho is going for that. They know that the mercenary camp is going to play to their advantage right there.
And Artanis looks like he is about to get ganked.
And Artanis falls.
Gank successful. Lunara is hassling the teams in the at the mid temple, just spreading some poisons. But now she's taking quite a bit of fire, and Medivh comes in with the save, pushing the red team off. So Death and Delay did not get this full temple, and Ban Cho is getting the top temple fully. It looks like.
However, if you look at the value that the mid temple got them, it was nearly an entire fort.
Yeah, and that's because they had already cleared up the gate and the bottom tower here, so they did get a lot of damage on that fort. They should be able to blow it down with just a little bit more attention.
Ban Cho gets even more value because they had a bruiser pushing up top.
But it will return again.
Both teams
Right away you can
taking
see
a fight here in the bottom lane.
I think the Medivh pick was an excellent choice on their part, actually. Being able to block that burst damage really mitigates all their potential.
Yeah, especially with a KT who's all about that burst, the bombs, and the potentially the pyroblasts. All of that would not really work into a Medivh. So great job with that pick. And I'm hoping that means they can protect that Lunara, because if they can't, they've got no damage.
I'm actually worried for Death and Delay here because of that Medivh pick, which I think was actually one of the best picks that they could have pulled out here. It's a little bit off meta, but the off meta is usually what wins games sometimes.
Siege camp in the bottom lane for Death and Delay, still pushing. And in the top lane, Thrall's trying to push those minions to topple that fort. Grabbing vision as well, so he does not get ganked here. But it looks like Artanis, instead of focusing on those minions, has gone for trying to attack Thrall, but Thrall just goes around the corner and finishes that fort off from range.
It's really good, and Thrall is looking for that little bit of a gank here, but since his team pulled off, he pulled it off.
Next temple is in the bottom lane, and there's only one, so there's going to be a fight for it. Artanis is still in the top lane, so right now Ban Cho has the numbers.
I think that this temple is excellently timed because this is when everybody gets their ults on this map. So it really leads to an interesting
here
fight.
We go. Diablo taking a lot of damage. That Lunara is dead. KT is also likely dead here. There he goes. It's a 1-for-1, but Diablo had taken so much damage. Thrall coming in.
Curse Bullet on Greymane really brought down that Diablo, but with his amount of healing from both Rhaegar and himself, he's able to do it. And you can see that the combo goes off, but it fails. Barely off.
That swap on Ronin really secured that kill for Death and Delay, but also a flip from that Diablo got that Johanna killed.
You can see that Rhaegar has no mana. He had to grab Fountain, but even there, he's not going to have mana for very long. It looks like he's playing the very aggressive route, and it's working as Kerosene falls down.
And Lunara gets that, finishes off that Kerosene, securing the kill for her team. And even though the entire team is sort of low, looks like Medivh is still fairly healthy. Oh no! Oh, Lunara walks right into that ult.
Lunara gets dove on by Greymane, which allows for her demise. And with that,
soaking in the meantime.
Death and Delay takes the last half of the temple. which allows them to be ahead in the structure game. Really good for Death and Delay here.
Yes, and in the meantime, also Greymane can grab this siege camp. I wonder if they will be invading the blue team siege camp too.
I would be mostly focusing on macro pressure, because if you could see the top lane pushing, you could get so much experience from that and protect against the wall destroyed.
True.
And it looks like they're doing that, and they're grabbing Brewster while they're at it.
Ooh, surprise twist. Ban Cho is going for the boss, but Death and Delay will be here, or at least will attempt to interject here, I think.
I think that it is a great boss play, actually, because they know that they're top, and that they have the Earthquake for the anti boss tech, as well as the Div time stop.
Wow, that was a perfect time stop on Div, getting that boss to be capped and getting 3 kills as well. And now death timers are not that short anymore, they're almost 30 seconds. So they might be able to get some value here too in the bottom lane.
This is definitely going to be a fort, in my opinion. Yeah, with this, they're going to send Thralls to soak some more lanes, whereas they are going to get this boss down dirty on the fort. And with that, now they have secured the structure advantage. I think that that was exactly the play that they needed.
This means that now they just they can trade these temples and be pretty well off with that. So now they're going for this mid fort while the red team has to defend that boss. But I guess they're just leaving the boss, letting it die on its own. Do you think the boss is getting that tower? Yes, it does. The boss manages to get that bottom tower of the keep wall.
And with that fort almost fallen, if they even get a few shots, that's every single lane being pushed up, whereas the other team, Death Delay, have no forts down for Ban Cho.
Indeed, they will be, like, if they cap this bottom temple, they will get those 2 forts down, though, so. But now Ban Cho is working on keeps, and it looks like they're actually going to push the top keep as well. They've already gotten that wall. Now they're working on that tower. I wonder if they can get the keep itself.
And since they're pushing with it, they're being very aggressive here, because they have to choose now what they want to do.
Rhaegar and, Karazim and Greymane did back to help defend that top keep and are heading straight for that temple. Oh, they changed their minds. They're going somewhere else. That keep is going down, I believe. No? Nope, not quite. But almost there.
Very, very close. Only 2,500 health left, and it looks like they're going to go for an all-in against it. However, the Death and Delay is coming up here. Ban Cho has the 16 advantage, but we're going to see how this fight plays out, especially with that one little burst. But Medivh comes in with that very good shield, and Kael'thas already used his Phoenix ult.
2 ults out from Death and Delay, but none from Ban Cho yet. So they are still sticking around, seeing if they can, I guess, bait some more of those ults or take a fight that's favorable to them. But looks like they are just going to rotate mid.
Artanis is taking their camp, but they're going to be... Ban Cho is going to take Death and Delay's camp.
Ah, so they're swapping camps.
They are. Artanis is going to be looking for a hearth in a very particular location.
Ban Cho is backing to get rid of that siege camp, because siege camps are especially dangerous because the towers and forts can't reach them, so only your minions can kill them or your heroes.
And you could also be making them choose between either letting the siege camp push or getting the temple. On this map, they're very, very dangerous.
Bruiser camp getting picked up in the top lane to create more pressure for that lonely fort up there that has 2,500 health left.
They shall bask in my...
And now it's going to be a fight for that top temple. Medivh is not here yet. He's still in the bottom lane, but he will be making his way up.
It looks like with the lever... weather effects, they're going to be pushing out that Bruiser camp and bring it down in no time flat, which allows them to be in a very good position for this temple. This is the only temple which this could be the play where Death and Delay comes back.
Death and Delay's temple is still pushing at these gates here. Not quite on the keep itself yet.
Medivh's granting vision. They know that they're not on the Bruiser camp, which leads them to come back to the team fight. And with this, Diablo's looking for that engage on Artanis, lands a swap, Earthquake goes down, and it looks like a bunch of ults are flying out, Ancestral on Lunara, which allows for Greymane to fall ever so slowly with Lunara.
Dauntress is almost dead here as well to those Lunara poisons, but the entire blue team is very low. If they can all make it out of here, that would be quite a miracle. Ronan trying his best to get out of there, gets the Unstoppable to run away. All 5 team members still alive.
Although they might have died, 2 people on Death and Delay, it looks like they're all very, very low. So Ban Cho is looking for that second to engage. However, with how much Temple has been lost, I wonder if they could have made a boss play instead. They do get the keep though, and it looks like Death and Delay is retreating because they know that they're going to invade that Bruiser.
Right, and with that Bruiser pushing, they likely will back off and force Death and Delay to deal with the Bruiser while they go get something else. In this case, I'm guessing it will be the siege camps, since they are up shortly. Or maybe they'll make a boss play. Who knows? No boss plays yet, it looks like.
It looks like they are going to be pushing for the boss once they get level 20, though. They're positioning for it by grabbing the siege camp on their side, being very, very aggressive as they want to maintain that lead. And now, here comes the boss, after they grab their siege.
Artanis is in the top lane, and the blue team can see him there, so they know that even if Death and Delay comes in here, it will be a 5v4 fight.
And with the 20 advantage, too.
With the level 20 advantage, and with Medivh's ult up, so he can just freeze them all out.
And with Earthquake ult, it becomes extremely, extremely powerful. Being able to get a 45% of your health shield over the Earthquake duration is absolutely insane. And I think that this is going to be a very, very good position for Ban Cho.
I'm not sure what Artanis is doing up there, but it looks like he is pushing that top keep, trying to even things out, but this boss is definitely going to get that keep.
Curse Bullet is down, Phoenix is down, Earthquake down, a bunch of ults are down, leaving strikes, and it looks like Death and Delay are falling one by one, ever so slowly by the Lunara poisons.
And
it looks
looks like this will be GG, actually, if they keep going. Artanis, is he coming back or what? Oh, he's finally back. That core is going down very fast, though. Oh no, spread bomb. Ooh, that is rough.
This is GG.
GG,
in favor
that was very fast.
Ban Cho.
Congratulations, Ban Cho. Well played, both teams. And it looks like Ban Cho, seed number 3, will be continuing in the playoffs.
Woohoo! I think both teams played very well. They played to their heart's content, but Ban Cho really rose ahead with that Medivh pick to counter the burst comp from Death and Delay, which I think really put them overhead.
Yeah, absolutely. So, would you like to do an interview with the team? Should I go ask
Sure.
them? All right, let me check.
All right.
I'm still waiting for an answer to see if they want to have an interview or not.
I think that we joined an NGS lobby then.
All right, let's do that. Hello and welcome, Boosteen.
Hello.
Congratulations on your win.
Oh, thank you so much.
How are you feeling?
Oh, like our whole power went out, and Quindle and I are in the same house, so it was double trouble.
Oh, wow. That was rough. I mean, you guys are 2 minutes from perhaps having to forfeit. That was very unlucky.
Yeah, very, very fortunate that I have a laptop here that's like at least semi-capable of running some games, so that kind of saved me. Yeah, very lucky.
Awesome. So, what was your favorite part of that first game, the one that was like really, really close?
Oh, that Towers of Doom game was insane. Honestly, that they've just played a hell of a match, and I think I felt like we probably played a pretty good game for maybe 75% of the time. There was a little bit of a lull there, like in the mid game where we had about a level lead, I think it was, and let them kind of claw back in, made some mistakes, and we had some deaths, some untimely deaths there, and they took advantage. So all the credit to them. And we kind of had a plan coming into that last altar phase, but it didn't plan out the way we wanted, and they definitely capitalized on the situation better than we did. So they made a hell of a play there at the end of the game.
Yeah, they really brought that back. I mean, we were expecting, or rather, we were what's the word? Guessing that the reason you picked Brax's Holdout and Sky Temple was that those maps are a little harder to come back on, as opposed to Towers of Doom, where they were able to get that comeback.
I think did we pick Braxis, or did they? We picked Sky Temple.
Oh, they did?
They picked Braxis, but you guys wanted Braxis.
Oh yeah, you said right. That's right. You said you wanted it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a map we're definitely comfortable on, just in general. I think really after game one, like we've been in these situations before, so it really came down to like we didn't feel like we got completely outplayed. We felt like the mistakes came from our own side. As well as they did play, we felt like it was things that were correctable. So as long as we played our game and focused, we felt like the next two maps we could take if we played the right way.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any questions, Vivanchi? Like you can ask one as well if you want.
As the third seed, I feel like you guys are probably going to go against the second seed, correct? With this next match?
Wood League, I believe.
How do you feel about that next matchup?
In the regular season, they beat us 2-1. We have some history with Wood League. I know they have like a slightly different roster than some of the previous times we faced them, so they're a hell of a team. I feel like we learned a lot in our last meet. Honestly, as this is a really tough division, so no matter who's playing who, it's going to be a tough matchup. But I think from our experiences last season and just the way we've played most of this year, we're pretty confident against anyone. So, yeah, they're one of the tougher teams in the division, but I think we got that chip on our shoulder, and we're looking forward to it.
All right.
So, Crush is saying that you will actually be playing Team Tiny.
Oh, Team Tiny! Wow.
They had a big 2-0 upset.
Sorry, that's my now. I just feel like a big jerk for for doubting Team Tiny. Like, I apologize. Sorry to Team Tiny.
Oh.
I think that was a leading question from Vivanchi, so I'm going to blame him. He did assume that.
Hey, all the maps were being played tonight. I don't remember. Okay, but I think that it's really cool that the 7th seed actually beat the 2nd seed.
Yeah, I did preface that question by saying that every team in this division is tough. So that it plays. That's exactly it. Like 6 and 3 seed, and it was a nail biter all the way through, and 2 loses to 7. Like that's just the way it is in Division C this season.
Yeah, and
Which is
even Seed
exactly what we
West
want.
has a similar story where I think Team Seed 8 won against Team Seed 1. So they got eliminated.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, so that makes us the high seed for the rest of the Div C playoffs. That's
Very
unex-
close to very close series and division. I think that is extreme. That is exactly what we want in NGS, right? We want to see those team fights in those divisions, these big upsets that aren't really upsets because everyone plays very well in the division.
100%. Yeah, that's a big shout out too to the people who created the divisions at the start of the season. Like amazing job in Division C. I don't know about the other divisions, but unbelievable job there.
It's very good. So, how does your team feel about winning this and going on to the next round of playoffs?
Yeah, well, I mean, we felt like we definitely hit our stride in that second map. And in the third map, they left Sky Temple open. And I know we don't have a lot of maybe heroes profile history on Sky Temple, but we've had some really big playoff matches there. So we felt really comfortable. And yeah, now we're just looking forward to Team Tiny. We feel, I don't know if we feel better or worse knowing that because honestly, like you can't really predict or expect anything. Like if everyone's bracket probably got busted after today, if there was one. So it's a tough division. Like it's insane. So we just gotta. It's one of those things where you just gotta keep your head on your shoulders and focus on what you're doing rather than what other teams are doing, and just play to the best of your ability.
All right. So what can you tell us about the players on your team and your team name?
Ban Cho.
Yeah.
Um, a lot. I think we get a lot of flack for not living up to our namesake for one, because I don't think we've banned Cho one time in a competitive match, maybe once. Um, honestly, yeah, the guys on the team, they're amazing. We're all a bunch of guys who know each other in real life. Most of us went to high school together, grew up together, or went to like university together. So um, it's a very friendly environment. We do take it seriously, obviously, but we're just a chill group of guys. Like win lose, at the end of the day, we just enjoy playing the game together. And there's a lot of different personalities, a lot of competitiveness, but yeah, it all comes together in a good way. And then Ronan, who is our free agent pickup, he's the glue who kind of put us over the edge. I want to say because yeah, he's been a great addition. So we love having him around as well.
Awesome. Looks like Monty Guy. I don't know if he's on Team Tiny, but he says in the chat, Team Tiny is looking forward to playing Ban Cho. Is that right?
We can't wait.
All right.
I think that is great. I'm excited. So, do you have a favorite hero going into these games that you have?
I don't want to give anything away, but
yeah, I don't think that we should ask that until all the playoffs are over.
Nah.
you know, I just like I guess talking about like the 3 matches we played. I think Shusui did an unbelievable job on Medivh there in Game 3. He saved us countless times in those team fights and the ley lines as well. So, just speaking to the games that we played today, yeah, for sure. His Shusui played an unbelievable Medivh, and then we did an amazing job, I think, on Diablo with Kev as well, and all around. So everybody did a hell of a job, and we like to think we got a wide hero pool, so we're comfortable on everyone. So take notice.
I like your Deckard.
Yeah, the Deckard from the
thanks.
second game. Oh my god, that was amazing.
Thank you.
The Deckard was just very good. I saw a bunch of cleanses from Rhaegar too. It was really good. I think the Medivh pick was actually what you guys needed to win that fight, that map there. Because they had all burst damage with Greymane and Kael'thas, yet they had no sustained. So if you were able to block out most of the damage, you were able to win every team fight, which you showed with that Medivh.
Yeah, I also think they went like picking Rhaegar first pick or really early, and then some of the heroes maybe we picked with him kind of showed a little bit of a bloodlust build coming, and then they really went hard on the blinds, so it was really easy to pivot to Ancestral, which I think in today's meta kind of gets crapped on a little bit too much compared to Bloodlust. But it worked out well, because if they burst anyone, yeah, the Medivh Protect would come in, and then it's a simple Ancestral from there, and suddenly you got like a massive advantage. So yeah, it worked out really well.
Exactly. I think that Ancestral is a very strong ult as well, but the meta is really pointing towards Bloodlust.
For sure, yeah. But I think it just makes it get overlooked a little bit, which played to our advantage in that third game. And kind of in the second game as well, with Deckard's sleep kind of mitigating the Bloodlust.
Yes. I'm still raving about those Deckard sleeps. Those are incredibly timed. All right, so do you have any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Yeah, just shout out to you guys. Obviously, thanks for casting. We always appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Shout out to Death and Delay. Thanks for the unbelievable matchup, taking us to the edge there in 3 games. So good luck next season. And then yeah, to the rest of our team who wasn't able to play today, but we try and get him in as much as possible. Sluggadin, I know he was tuning in, and Spice as well. So thanks, guys, and yeah, we look forward to Team Tiny. So see you guys soon.
All right. Thank you so much for the interview. I'll wish you good luck in your next game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. It was a great game. I wish you luck in your next playoff match.
Thanks.
All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. I do not have any more games scheduled for everybody on the stream, but if something comes up, I will be sure to pick it up, or maybe I'll ask someone to co-cast with them. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you for the bits, Ronan, and I'll see you guys in my next stream. And also thank you to Vivanji, who was casting with me today.
Yay! Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the backbone of NGS, the supporters of all of you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, and if you have a moment, please do take a look at that document I just linked. It's got, you get to vote for your favorite casters and co-casters. So please do vote, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.